buying a brand new machine, right? It's like hiring a personal trainer when you go to gym. A personal trainer is only half of it, right? The rest of the half is yours.
So I'm with Amir from Beauté. I think I'm saying that correctly.
Correct. It's Beauté.
Ah, Beauté.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and get him to be his entertaining self today, obviously without getting completely cancelled. So, so I wanted to start off, Amir, just giving a bit of background on you and like why you're in the business.
Why I got into it? I mean, I think I've said it many times, unwillingly, and I quickly learned to like it and start making money. And I'm learned quickly became a numbers game to me. So, and I'm with my banking background, I realized how much money you can make in this business if you know your numbers. So and just
Yeah. So
that's
why do you think that banking background has been an advantage? Obviously, you've been very successful in New York, which is a hard city.
um
Like, why has it been an advantage?
look, banking background is, look, when you like how can I, if you know your numbers, you know your exact costs, you know exact what numbers you need to hit. And if you're creative and you become, you can make different type of back packages or offers where you're still making money on your big ticket item machines, you're ahead of a game where the rest of the industry, unfortunately, they are very tunnel vision. The manufacturer told me this, then this is what I have to do type of scenarios.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
rely a lot on other people as far as marketing and getting the word out there, which it's not the right way to do it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so I think what I really liked when I first started talking to you is like you basically told me it's very simple, right? It was like you try and select good treatments and then have basically aggressive pricing offers to convert
Correct.
people.
Yeah. So usually how I do it is based on percentages than numbers. It's cycle. Most of it's psyche, type, psyche tricks, where you can have something that is $1,000 and you even give it at 50% off, but you say $500 to common people are it's still expensive. Where you can have a $10,000 treatment and say 50% off and it's $5,000. Believe it or not, a lot of people have no problem paying that. So that's when I knew about the numbers game. It's
So
usually worth.
as in it's not the base price, it's more like the deal the person feels like they're getting.
Yeah, they have to feel like they're getting a deal.
Okay. So that is
That's
actually more they don't always know what the price comparable is, but if they feel like they're getting a deal, that's more powerful.
correct. Correct.
Okay, that's very insightful.
That was
Very
one of the
interesting.
reasons, back then, I pissed you guys a lot off, and I was like, I'm not doing anything. I mean,
Yeah, so like I think the first time I was told to talk to you was there's this crazy guy in New York who's doing whatever price he wants. So then I went and met Amir and I discussed with him, and then I went back to my team and I'm like, I agree with him though. So that's my problem now. I can't
it
tell him.
was funny when your what's I forgot the gentleman's name.
Dean with it, Dean.
Dean, yeah, he came to my Astoria location. He was scared. I took him in the back because I wanted privacy. He was scared. I was like, "Yeah," just like, I sat down with him, just broke it down. He came out. He was my BFF. And he had a cigarette, and
Yeah, exactly. Don't bother going to war with Amir. You're just going to lose. Just give up. Um,
look, it's not about the war. It's just, uh, I do my thing. I stay in my own lane, which I tell everyone. Do your thing. And as long as you know in doubt deep down in your heart you're not doing anyone dirty, you're in the right path. Just do your thing. That's
yeah.
all it is.
Yeah, so I suppose the first part of your strategy is selecting good devices that, deliver good results. How do you go, you have, people like me and other people telling you this device is great, this device is great. How do you decide what you're going to select and put in the location?
Myself personally, I do have a team that are very seasoned. I have my business partner is a nurse practitioner. She does her due diligence like no others. Then I have my chief operating officer. She's been with me 9 years now. I mean, right? She started with me right off high school. Um, you know, she's a very good esthetician, and now She became more corporate. She does her due diligence. And a couple other people, and we do study. We see the market, how it is, what demands are there, how much can we push this product out of this treatment out with this machine, based on the price that they're asking. And look, if the feedback are from my team is positive, I usually go for it. I usually like to be the first few that to be first, because by the time the market catches up to it and everybody wants it, you already beat them on SEOs and searches and all that stuff. So you're top of your game on that.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
plus a very you have to look. It's buying a brand new machine, right? It's like hiring a personal trainer when you go to gym. A personal trainer is only half of it, right? The rest of the half is yours. Comes your supplement, the way you eat, and what you do after gym. So once you buy the machine, you have to know, okay, this is my personal trainer. What I'm gonna do? What about my marketing? I'm gonna approach this. How consistent I'm gonna be with this marketing? Not to give up. There has to, you have to have like a 90-day goal, 120-day goal, 180-day goal. What numbers you have to set? And usually, I'm tending. You know me. How long we know each other? What, 4 years now? 3-4 years now. I usually go for body contouring devices, because that's where this is where this industry is heading to. And then you have the rest of it that are becoming more invasive treatments, because we are, it's more result, driven market at this point.
And why do you think there's more opportunity in body and either the invasive stuff or face? Because obviously a lot of places are quite concentrated on face.
Correct. I mean, look, people always, they want to be in the best shape, and there is always demand for it. At any type of, you could have done a surgery and you need a post-op, or you working out, you have some certain areas that you're concerned about. Look, it's right now it's very zapped all the time. So I think in another 3 to 5 years, the body contouring side of things are going to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow.
And what about the effect of these GLP-1s, Zempic, Wegovy, these drugs that people are taking to lose weight?
So look, that's just, to me, it's good, but number one is, if you want to lose muscle mass, go ahead, which I'm against it. If you want to, look, you can do these certain things for about 6 months, and after 6 months, nobody's going to rewrite you that prescription, right? So guess what happens right after 6 months when you stop? You gain it right back, right? It's back to square one. But where you can combine Ozempic and, let's say, a body contouring and a muscle stimulation, you could make a package of it. Actually, we did do a sell that we had. I'm not gonna name the machine because I'm not in good terms with the manufacturers at the moment. Some credits that they haven't paid for, but it did pretty well. But if you combine it, it's good. But that's just an easy way out, and it's not. And the side effects, look at it, Ozempic, nausea, constipation, losing muscle mass. You don't want to lose that. Look, I'm going to tell you, you don't want to look like a crackhead. You understand? You want to look healthy.
Yeah, it's like you look skinny. You look like someone who's sick. You're skinny, but it's not like a good.
Skinny is in an ill way that you're ill. You understand? You're not well. That's it's just not a good look. But if you combine those together, for your body contouring is always about your body contouring, right? You have to maintain. But if you have discipline and you say, okay, I'm going to do a month or two of those Ozempic to just get rid of the fat that I'm not losing, whatever I do, and then have some sort of discipline, and you continue with this body contouring devices that actually they work, you're in the right track. But just don't count on one thing.
Makes sense. And then one thing I think is special about Beauté when you're there is it just feels like a nice, fun place to be. And having spent a bit more time there, obviously doing some events and stuff with you, I think it's the culture that you've created there, where it feels like a family, but it's like you're trying to perform. It's not just a family for the sake of being a family, but it's a performance culture as well. Yeah. So how would you advise someone who's starting out to create a similar culture as you have been successful at doing?
Look, the culture comes from within, number one. your employees or staff or your team members, they have to know you're reachable, accessible at any time. And at some point, you spend more time with these people than your own family, right? So what do? We sometimes we eat together, we go to places together, and even myself, I usually don't like to go anywhere, but if I see the morale, the morale is like needs a little boost, I'll just pop in, take everyone for lunch, and at least we have, I think once a month everyone eats together and just like catch up and talk, and all of us are reachable. That's the most important thing. And I tell everyone, you can text me directly. Doesn't matter who. There is no hierarchy. There is a hierarchy, but there is none. You understand?
Yeah.
I mean, that's in this market, with this turnaround in human resources. Look, that location only by itself, it has now started from me and Vicky and Lexi, my chief operating officer at the time. It was us three, plus a couple of people, part time, but it grew to a 25 on payroll staff. Within, it's going to be 3 years fully in September. I think that's a great achievement.
That's very fast growth. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, and
so it's being reachable, and then you say when you sense the culture's taken a dip, how do you sense that? Because I think some people have a natural vibe for culture, and other people don't. Like, to say someone's not as aware of where the culture's taking a dip, like how would you help them trying to develop that skill that you have?
Look, lately, look. Sometimes when you go to a place, like to your own place of business, every day, you might not realize what's happening around you. And these days, I don't go to the spa, or barely go. So when I go there, when I walk in, when I don't feel that energy, that everyone hi, everybody's jumping, laughing. If I don't hear any of the staff cracking up in the back, all the way in the back, I know it's a tough day, because somebody's laughing there. That's a good thing. And everything doesn't feel right. I'm like, okay, what's going on? You have your tough days. These ladies, they bust their butts off. Then you just have to have that sixth sense that something is not right. And then you try to boost them. Just
yeah.
Look, I do competition between them. I do cash prizes. Whoever sells the most. Whoever get this, whoever get that. So we keep that momentum going, so it doesn't become very repetitive and redundant. That's one of the very important parts that any business owner in a med spa industry, at some point, it becomes very repetitive and redundant. You have to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah. And how do you do that? How do you keep it lively? How do you keep it fun?
Being me.
Outside, obviously, the financial rewards. Obviously, there's your personality. There's the financial rewards.
Yeah, and take your staff out. If you see one day that they did well, send a text message. Let them know how much you appreciate them. Reach out to them one by one, and it goes a long way. Believe me, it does.
Yeah,
it does. That's and just having, like, we threw fun events, and everybody gets together. It gets a little, tipsy, and I expect call outs next day, but we usually prepare for it.
Sounds good. And then so you gave some advice that I posted a while ago, which is about staying in your lane. So if you were advising other business owners, that was your piece of advice, and I wanted you to just expand on what you meant by staying in your lane.
Staying in lane, it's simple, but it's not. You want to diversify, but not diversification. You know what that means.
Yeah.
It's quickly. Focus on yourself. Immediately decide. Okay, this is what my business is. This is who I am. This is what I'm not, and I'm just gonna concentrate on what I'm good at. Don't look around, see what other people are doing, because believe me, those people that are doing good at certain things, they bust their butts off to be that good at that thing. And if you try to do something that they're doing, and if they're really good at it, they know all the angles, and they gonna think, okay, this person is trying to compete with me, and they'll come bulldoze over you, because they have more resources, they have more marketing tricks, and you first of all, you lose concentration on what you're doing good. You're gonna lose that, plus whatever you trying to do. So just stick to your lane. And if you want to try other stuff, do it, but in a very step by step way.
Yeah.
And don't look what other people do. Just stick to what you're good at.
Yeah,
Right?
makes sense. And then obviously we talked about these offers that you create, these pricing deals and stuff to make it interesting for customers to sign up, make it feel like they're getting good value. So can you like take us behind the curtain a little bit when you're like coming up with those offers? Like, how are you coming up with them? What's the brainstorming process that you're coming up with, like this month or this quarter's offers? Like, how are you doing that?
So you have your high-end tickets machine, let's say, right? Your Morpheus 8, your XYZ, all right, or your software, right? These are the items that they are high ticket numbers. Obviously, there is consumables. You put that on top, and then you have a little bit of breakdowns of do some add-ons to those packages, right? You can add your laser hair removal. You can add your this, that. So you give those heavy discounts on those less cost-effective procedures, and you capitalize and make your money on your big ticket items. And for example, let's say if you buy Softwave, you get XYZ for free or 70% off. All right. So once you add your cost, man hour, and all that stuff, you still come on top on your profit margin that you do.
So you're mainly bundling the more expensive treatments with some other stuff to give them more value.
Correct.
Rather than just giving them a price discount, you're giving them other stuff together.
Correct. And some stuff that they do have consumables from manufacturers. It's if you have the financial capability and ability, they usually offer a lot of good discounts on consumables, so buy it ahead of time. So this way you have more room to play around with your numbers.
So try and maximize your gross margin on each device, so then you can you've got room to offer. Makes sense. And then Amir, so you're the first TShape 2 customer of Artemis's in the US, and I know you're excited about the device. Even sometimes my own staff ask me, why is he so excited about this? So I'd love to hear from you, like why you're excited about it, and just a bit more background on like what you've done so far with the TShape 2 device.
The moment that I think I was driving, you called me and we were on the phone talking about something else, and you told me like. We're coming up with this. I'm getting it done. It's gonna be ready in June. I was like, too late.
Yeah, exactly. I want it now.
I said too late because I saw where the market was going there, and I had this 60 days gap that I could just come take it over and be done with it. I'm very excited about it. Honestly, I'm not usually. You know me. I'm not a big fan of multi-module units, because usually there are lasers involved and stuff. But this machine, it's a perfection. To be honest with you, I'm not saying because you distributing it, you're selling it. It's a perfection. It does everything. It does everything in once in body contouring. And look, I'm gonna say it. Whatever I say in this podcast is my own responsibility. Sue me. I was getting fed up with the way whole Phoenix was going down. With the Endosphere. One, look, I love my staff, right? I do. I appreciate them. They're the reason I am where I am. That Endosphere thing was killing them. Long treatments, and the device was very heavy on the hand, and the time that it was taking us to book these clients, it was forget about it. And then their customer service became non-existent. For me to, let's say, if I want to like. Get a machine maintained, you don't get a straight answer. Look, call me whatever, but you ask me something, I'm gonna give you a straight answer. That just put me over the edge. I said, I need out. I need out. I wasn't even thinking about it, and then you just called me. You said, oh look, I'm coming with this, and I was like, now. Yeah. And look what we've done with it. I'm so like, look, here's the thing. The machine is customizable. You can customize it per each client's need, right? If they just want to do arms, you could just do arms. If they just want legs, you could just do legs. If they just want stomach, you could just do stomach. If they want butt, any areas, face. It's not like where Endosphere, you could do either lower body or full body, and that's it. You got to book the room. The maintenance charges on that was just like off this world. It was insanity, and it is insanity, and we are phasing it out. I was like, I'm not getting any support. I was, once. Look, as a practice, it's very important to know that the manufacturers got your back. And the reason, like, and I call you now these days my friend, or your team, is because look, nobody's perfect, nothing is perfect, but you guys, like, you go above and beyond for your clients. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I'm just not talking about me. I look, you guys, when we were doing the events, you guys were here, and I was living with you guys for a week, and I saw how you guys do things, and it's incredible. Like if any practice have that kind of support that you guys give to your partners, or and they're golden. And honestly, I was at the end, I was just disappointed with the Endosphere, and I feel like it has reached its maximum capacity in the market. There is no more growth to it.
Yeah.
Thanks to me.
Well, I definitely think, you helped open the market, and obviously, I personally like the Endosphere's product myself. I've used it myself a lot, but we only sold a few hundred units.
It's a
I
great.
think there was the limited demand, basically.
Yeah, it's a great device if you're the in the end of receiving the treatment, right? But I'm the business owner. I have a staff, a woman. Look, they're not that strong to work on somebody's butt for an hour and a half. Okay, 15 minutes cleaning. Like, how many of these you can do in a day?
Yeah.
Realistically, right? Let's break down the numbers, right? Or where you can do T2 30 minutes if you want, not as many sessions needed, and immediate results. I have text messages from a very good friend of mine. She has insomnia issues. She texted me that was the best night of my sleep I received after getting
after TShape too.
Wow. And you know who she is. She's very public figure, well known.
Yeah.
And she's been suffering with insomnia for years.
And what do you think it is? Is it why are you getting such good results? Is it the combination of technologies in the one device?
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, I think to me, it's the first all-in-one machine that is just it's perfection.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, and it's coming from somebody that's not a big fan of combo machines.
Yeah. And then in terms of revenue, give us an overview. And obviously, you've had the device a couple of months now. How's it been performing? I know that you've done some free treatments and you've been doing some marketing and all that kind of stuff, but how's it done for you revenue-wise so far?
I mean, I was just looking. I mean, you've seen the numbers. I think it's like right now is officially we are at 2.5 months. We are at 30,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that's pretty good.
Yeah. Can't complain. And look, I'm planning to actually add one more.
Sorry. I want to ask you about events. So I think having attended some events and heard about events, the way that you do these is really killer. And I've been to quite a few events, and a lot of them are pretty boring. And yours feel like some sort of film premiere. And the events I've done myself feel like me standing in a room by myself. I don't know, very boring. So if when you're running an event, obviously I know we've done some of these in partnership where you've had your clients and we've had our clients, but what are some of your tips for making these events, fun, vibrant, sexy, that kind of thing?
Sure. Number one, create a buzz. Capitalize on those buzz. Have a good marketing and PR people, and start inviting, very well-known key figures that in your neighborhood or community, and that person will say, that key figure will bring 5-10 other people and somebody else, and next thing you know, you have a big event, big party. And then look, what the last event we did turned out to be 2.5 hours, and it was phenomenal. I'm really I was really tired in the end of it because all the standing up I had to do, but I just I loved it. Creating that buzz is very important to me.
Well, I think it felt like a party, right? It didn't feel like
an event. Come here,
We weren't trying to sell stuff. It was just like, well, have drinks, have food, have a good time. You want to see the device? Yeah, we'll show you.
Yeah, that's it. Even the first one, when we only had the press, it was just you weren't there, but it was incredible. It was incredible. Yeah. I know you don't the timing of the week that you choose is very important. What time you choose is important. Your event is not the most important event, and so don't do it on the weekend because people have other more fun stuff to go. Just midweek, not right after work, a little bit after work, so people can actually do what they have to do, and they could be out by the time if they want to go elsewhere. So it's timing of it's very important, and again, marketing, PR, creating that buzz. Even with T2, like before I had any amount of marketing materials that you saw how much content we make day and night. We start within house. We started a 30 days teasers, different teasers, just sending out emails, do this, do that. Like, you know, everybody
And so
wants.
yeah, when you say create buzz, is that what you mean? Creating content before the advice, before the event? I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
think it's like you have this, you know, girl. Obviously, I've done some work with now Jane, who
yeah.
uses
She's
like
amazing. You see how the
trend,
videos.
trendy music. Like
Yeah,
it's fun. Like everything looks fun. Yeah. So I think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
very good.
Look, it's it's good to have educational things as well, and add some fun to it. You know, you don't want. Unfortunately, like the Met Spa social media parts is becoming very redundant and the same thing. So I was telling you about this. I had to sit down. I had hours of talk with people. I want to do something different, like something different. I know, again, they say things that I do is a bit edgy and stuff, but at the end of the point, it's I want to get that attractions and they get that engagement going, and
I
that's
think
what
in New
we.
York you can do that. Some obviously in our middle of the country places maybe they can't be as edgy as you, but New York
Yeah,
and LA, like it's fine to do that. Okay, I wanted to actually get some stuff about Beauté. Like, give us the story behind if you're talking to a customer, like
okay.
why should they be looking at you guys? Like, what is your philosophy in terms of like what you're providing to the customer?
Uh, Look, it's one. We are very result-driven med spa, and the success part about it is like we're crushing with the numbers, crushing. I mean, we had a 60% growth last year. Show me anybody that does that. Fortune 500s that they don't do that. Have the state-of-the-art treatments at a reasonable pricing and for everyone, with all the payment options available out there, so anybody can afford it if they wanted to. When I say
Yeah,
anyone, that I mean anyone. It you
yeah,
know you can come to but to have the full luxury experience with a result driven place. We are very result dedicated, client dedicated, you know, based practice. We do have one designated person that actually picks up the phone and calls each client a day after to see how they. It doesn't matter what they did.
yeah,
That you know, that's be look. You want to produce. You want to provide to the mass, right? To the mass market, and that's how you make it.
yeah.
Have state of the art treatments, reasonable pricing. You know, look, I rather do collect hundreds of $100 than wait for somebody to come give me $200. You
Yeah,
get
I think maybe what some of the other locations miss is you want to be driving the traffic in and get the customer acquired, and then cross sell them other things. You know,
100%.
a lot other med spas they want to have this premium image, which is understandable, but then they don't have anything that can bring people in to try it.
Nothing, nothing.
So it's like
What
then to come in to try it, you have to spend $3,000. It's like I don't know
for
you,
what?
so I'm not going to give you 3,000. You
Yeah.
know, like
And then plus, look, we put our work out there. Look at all the before and afters that we put out, right? Wait till
yeah,
the T2 before and after comes out. We just started a rebate program on that, which
yeah,
is very important. You know, you'll see the result with your own eyes. Look, there are there's other equipments out there that you will see zero before and afters, and they're asking for a couple of hundred grand.
yeah.
Look, you-
How does that rebate program work when you're collecting the before and afters?
usually like we let the clients like have like X amount, like let's say a $50 rebate on the package they purchase if they provide us, you know, before picture. When you come in for your first one, we'll take it, but we'll set a date that for you to come to take the after pictures, because it's very important. It needs to be same exact place, same exact kind of timing, lighting. So if you do that, you get $50 back. We give you a refund. I mean that a lot, everybody's, you know, a lot of manufacturers, they start doing that, and then we follow the line. I mean, that's I think some big, you know, everybody should do that. I think it's worth it because it will build your clients. Because one client that comes, look, a client that comes spends $100 and walks out happy, she or he is going to recommend three other people that they come.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense.
That's just simple math.
And then, so I was, you know, talking to Amir once. So Amir was coming to meet me, and I was on the phone to a client, and the client told me that they just bought an emerald laser. So Amir is walking into the warehouse because I was in Brooklyn,
Is
and I
this
said
gonna
to
get
him,
like? Is this gonna get
I
like?
said to Amir, "What do you think of the emerald laser?" I don't want to pick on them because I've actually seen that device around the lot. You know, so it must have good
Have you seen?
data.
Have you seen it before and after of it?
I have not seen it before and
Oh,
after.
okay, thank you. All right, let me tell you something. All right, is that the name of the company or no?
No, I don't think so.
So first of all, I had no idea the poor bastard was on the speaker. I felt so bad afterwards. I pull up in Brooklyn, and Simon's like, "Yo," and I'm like, "I feel like okay." So it was a hot day, and then he goes, "What do you think about X, Y, and Z?" I was like, "That's a fucking scam." And whoever buys it is a fucking idiot. And you're like,
Yeah. I'm like, oh, not you. Yeah.
but look,
Um,
look? There is devices, there is lasers that, with that range that far out from the body, they break kidney stones. It's used, but the person that operates it is in a closed room. They wear hazmat suits. You've seen those or not? Because my aunt had kidney stone. I remember
yeah.
20 years ago they did that on her, right?
Yeah.
So
I've seen it on
that's
TV.
what.
I think it's like that's like an ultrasound though, right? Isn't it?
And no, they say it's a laser.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you tell me how something that looks like a, I don't know, my flashlight when I'm like, when I'm trying to find my keys, can reduce fat that far out from your body. And show me a before and after. I never seen a practice. Look, I'll go and I apologize and I'll buy one of them. Show me a before and after.
Final few questions, but like we had. So some people say that I think you're both loved, especially by your team. I think
Hmm.
you're the type of guy who if the building was burning, they're going to run in and get you, right? They're going to drag
Hmm.
you out, and they're not going to be like, oh, we have to get him. They're going to want to go and get you. But then some people also find you abrasive, I would say,
Yeah.
because you're brutal. So how would you why is this hated and loved thing? Where does it come from? Why do you think that exists?
Honestly, for people that they say they hate me, they have things to say about me. Once, all of them, every single one of them. Uh, First of all, I don't give two flying fucks. Uh, I don't, and all those people, they used to benefited from me to the point that I said, okay, enough is enough. I put my foot down, and I became the bad person. That's number one. And the people that they love me, they know who I am. They know what caliber I'm in. And honestly, that's all that matters. It's just me and my crew, and whoever knows me for who I am. That's all that matters. The rest, I don't give two flying fuck. That's just.
Fair enough. That's probably why people like you too, right? Because people like people who don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't. I tell
Because
you how I
you're just
feel.
being yourself. You're being
Yeah.
yourself.
Look. I told you one time. Me and you were just like after the event, that we were just like tired. I was just sitting, and you told me, "Why are you so brutally honest?" And I told you about my childhood that I was very shy. I couldn't even talk. I couldn't say how I felt, and it was sports that even I think the dean of the school called my mother and said, "Look, this you're lucky your son is like it's in sports. Otherwise, he'll have major social, you know, anxiety problems," which I had. I was very shy. I couldn't talk, and that carried on with me as you grow little by little. You enter the society, it gets less and less, but it was there. I think banking was where everything just went away, and I became this person that I just tell you how I feel. You either appreciate it or you don't. But what I'm going to tell you to your face is the same exact thing that if you turn around, I'm going to say that. There's nothing that I'm.
Yeah, because a lot of people are shy or have social anxiety, and I know you told me about the boss that you had in banking. Like, what was it? Was it her influence that took you? Made you? Because obviously you're not. I don't think anyone would say you're shy anymore. Like now, you
No.
really tell everyone what you think. Like, how did you get over that? Because that's a challenge for a lot of people, I think.
I think once you get so put out there at once, and you're gonna have to like let that go and like defend yourself and say how you feel, because keeping that inside is gonna adding up to your anxiety, to your stress. But I think that boss that I had, her name was Sharon, 5'2", 5 feet. I think she was 5 feet almost. She used to wear 6-inch heels, and when she used to speak to me, like she was, I think her mouth almost was to my chin, and I used to feel her saliva on my face. Look, I'm lucky I got bullied. I'll just tell you, it's made me who I am today because, look, it's good to say how you feel as a business owner to your staff, and not be condescending, because once your staff find you genuine, even as harsh as it could be or as very brutal it could be, they will respect you more. And look at my staff. 25 out of 25, I think 20 of them are 8 years and more with me, 8 years plus,
Yeah.
and the rest of the 5 are 3 years plus. And whoever, look, a lot of people came and left. You say you have a lot of time. Yeah, they couldn't keep up. But I demand certain things. I demand some certain way, and I'll give you all the opportunity and chances. But at the end of the day, if you're not cut out for it, you're just not cut out for it.
Yeah. And I suppose one of the fastest fun things I want to ask you, obviously some people are now getting delivery of their TShape 2 device. If you were to tell them, okay, a few tips as you get ready to launch or you launch the device, what would be some tips that you would say from your experience of, doing $30,000 in the first couple of months? Like, what would be some good things for them to really think about when they're launching TShape 2?
I think the minute that you sign the paperwork, start your marketing. Start your marketing, start your demos, start your content, and start come up with your package. Put the calendar for the whole remaining of the year, and just pounce on it hard and hard and hard. Don't give up. Don't say, okay, we just did this, great. But you have to be very consistent about it, which we are. What was we made 2 days. We were doing shooting content for 2 days straight for this T2, just pre-launch, right? It was pre-launch. And plus every week we make, and then client education is a lot too. So you start talking about your clients to your clients, why is this better? And get everybody trained and have your staff believe into the product, into the machine. Look, it's a great machine. You want your endosphere rollers, it's in there. You want your Icon, it's on there. You want your low laser therapy for skin tightening, it's in there. You want your radio frequency, it's in there. And it's self-sufficient, less time, more money. Why not?
Yeah. What about the paid social? Do you find, is that effective for you? I know New York can be tricky for paid social.
Paid, I'm not a big fan of it. Unless whoever that you're paying for paid social, it's, what are you talking about? You talking about Meta ads or?
Yeah, Meta ads. Yeah, Facebook, Instagram.
Oh, look, it's a piece of pie. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about paying influencers. Look, marketing is like a piece of pizza pie, right? It's a piece of pie. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. It has to be a little bit of everything in order for it to work. It's like an orchestra, right?
Yeah.
You're the business owner, and you do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and everything comes out. But when you see like something is responding better, so you just add more sprinkles on that, and you take a little bit of sprinkles off of something that's not working. You have to do everything. Like, right now, this day and age, with all the competition, you have to be able to be open-minded and do everything. Otherwise, you say, "Oh, I'm not going to do this because it doesn't respond." Then you're going to be like left on dark in that section.
Yeah.
You have to be able to do a little bit of everything in order for it to respond.
And you mentioned you don't love influencers. You don't love paying people or like getting them to come in for a free
Oh
treatment.
no. I mean, no, not happening. I mean, we do treatment versus social media, like mentions and stuff. But again, that goes through a filter that we have. We have to actually see before we agree to it, because we went down. I mean, we have few people that we always do it because we know their reach, and they are friends of mine. And what we usually do, these are actually paid real life, real model agencies, models that, if you wanted to buy their image rights, you have to spend thousands of dollars, and they do that for us as a favor,
Yeah.
Yeah.